Welcome, everybody, to the Infernal Brotherhood of the Scruffy Looking Nerf Herders. This is a live streaming Star Wars video podcast by Star Wars fans for Star Wars fans. And today we're going to be wrapping up our episodic review of Star Wars Andor, Jesus Christ, I can't talk today. Season 1, Episode 12, Rix Road.
Man, oh man.
This is a fucking episode. Holy shit.
I mean, as far as initial thoughts go, this is a great ending to a great series.
Yeah.
Season.
Yeah. And then the post-credit scene finally answers the question that we were asking. And I fucking knew it wasn't TIE Fighter shit.
Every single episode, I'm like scrolling through the credits, hoping that there would be an end credit scene. Mm-hmm. And this one, I was just like bubbling and screaming. And Shauna was like, "Are you going to tell Cameron?" I was like, "Hell yes, I'm going to tell Cameron."
Yeah, no, that was important. I usually do watch the credits because that's my crazies. Like, that's part of the fucking movie or that's part of the show. I have to watch it. But yeah, definitely was not disappointed.
Yeah.
I mean, okay. Let me rephrase that. I was not disappointed with the explanation of what it was, but the fact that I still don't get the idea of Wookiees building this shit by hand because they're slaves, that makes me a little sad.
Yeah, they changed a couple things because first it was Wookiees and then it was the bugs from episode 2.
Mm-hmm.
And now
the Geonosians.
Yeah, the Geonosians, thanks. And now it's robots.
Yeah.
Like, and prisoners.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Stick with the goddamn story. Like, what? What's happening? All right.
But
anyway,
it's still cool as shit. Yeah.
So this was also, just like the last one, directed by Benjamin Caron, written by Tony Gilroy, and it was released this past Wednesday, November 23. Let's talk about this episode, because there's some wild stuff that happened.
Yeah, this is like, as soon as it starts, it is non-fucking stop. So, I mean, it starts off with, obviously, Cassian getting back to Ferrix, because we knew he had to be back. Because, I mean, of course, everybody's going to merge for this.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's back for Marva's funeral. I want to keep calling her Marwa, and that'd be a completely different show if it was Marwa. But yeah, then he finds out about Bix being in person, and yeah, he clearly isn't happy and is going to get her the fuck out.
Yeah.
But just seeing him like hop through the town and hide so fucking well, especially when everybody's looking for him. The imps, the fucking rebels, the police force, like everybody wants him, and he's just like walking around the streets like, yeah, I'm not even gonna cover my head, fuck you guys.
Yeah, I just love how are you talking about Luthen or Andor?
No, I'm talking about Andor,
because they both were pretty much just like dick swinging the whole time, just like,
well, with Luthen it makes sense. He can, because nobody knows his face outside of what's her bucket. Nobody knows who the fuck he is.
Yeah.
But yeah, like Cassian just, clearly is like, whatever, I got shit I gotta do.
I thought it was so great. Like, he goes there for his mom because he knows that she died and he wants to see the funeral. And then he realizes his old friend, old flame, Bix, is taken. And so he's like, all right, I gotta break her out. And then I gotta watch a little bit of the sort of memorial because, Ma. Mm-hmm. So, like, there's just a lot for him to try to go and do while being actively hunted by the ISB.
Yeah.
And like when he started climbing up that little antenna place, I'm like screaming, "Don't you goddamn use that radio! You know they're tapping that radio!"
Yeah,
like screaming at the TV. Of course he didn't, but I didn't know. But yeah, of course there's gonna be like underground passages and like different ways to get to places and stuff that the locals will clearly know about, and no one else would. I just love that they went through that aspect, and the bond that everyone from Ferrix has with each other is admirable. I absolutely love it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, like when shit goes down, it's just obviously everybody's gonna fuck shit up. Like that's fucking cool. Yeah. That's a hell of a community.
Yeah. And those instruments, when they start like putting them together and they're like doing the sound test and stuff, I was like, they got a Star Wars up instruments. What the fuck? Just make the goddamn instrument. Like we get it. You're in space. You don't have to say like, this flute has 3 little sticks. Like it's
a space flute.
Yeah. Like, come on, what are you doing? Just
do the goddamn. And that, goddamn it, that procession, like that was just so goddamn beautiful.
Amazing.
Like I'm getting goosebumps just talking about it right now, and how how beautiful that was. Like the music was great. Like that was a proper fucking dirge. And to
Yeah.
just have that one lonely drum, just not even a beat. It's just, that's your fucking metronome for, hey, this is your step. We're going. Like, God, it was just so beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah, I love the dynamic still between Vel and Sintra, where they're just not on the same page 100%. Like, as far as the alliance goes, they're there, but as far as their relationship is concerned, like they're just not quite in sync, and it's frustrating as a viewer because I really want to see some sort of affection. Like in wartime situations, it's those human connections that really make you feel alive because everything else is just sort of falling apart around you. I wanted a moment where they could just like hold each other or just look at each other in the eyes and kiss or just something. And maybe it's better that they didn't, just to show that there is that disparate base understanding of what the point of their presence is supposed to be. They're here for, to get Andor and stuff, but even though Vel is not even into it, she doesn't want to fucking do it. She still is there, just hanging out. Like,
well, and I feel like any other Star Wars shit, that's what would have happened. There would have been that loving moment where their eyes connect and they're just like, oh yeah, we love each other. But this isn't typical Star Wars. This isn't fucking Disney-fied dribble. Like, this is a story. This is reality.
Yeah.
In space.
Yeah. Far, far away in a galaxy.
Yeah.
But still. And it was a long time ago. But other than that.
Real.
Deidre Miro, again, great job acting in this. Holy shit. Like, the last 10 minutes were just like unbelievable of her reacting to it. And we'll get to it in a second. I just wanted to point that out because she's amazing. And I can't wait to see where this goes with her. But yeah, like her sort of peeking in on Bix, and Bix being so terrified, she doesn't want to leave when Cassian gets to her. Like, they'll be angry. Yeah. Go. Like, what? We're here to save your ass. What the fuck? Like, do you know what I had to do to get up here, woman? No, come on.
Yeah, fucking ungrateful ass people.
I'm here to rescue you, and you want to stay because you're afraid? Like,
they'll get mad. I mean, that's understandable. I wouldn't want to go through listening to people scream or some shit. I had to do that on a daily basis anyways.
That hurt my nipples, okay? That's the only reason why.
Well, I was going to say either work or school.
Right.
Fucking school was good last week. I fucking made a bomb.
Excuse me?
Yeah, I blew up a fucking tube at school. That was pretty fun.
What?
Yeah, scared the hell out of everybody. Everybody thought it was a gunshot.
Wait, so was it like trapped overheated air inside of it? Or damn.
Yep. That's why, kids, if you're going to weld aluminum, always have a ventilation hole. Otherwise, your teachers come running because they think you shot somebody when really you only shot yourself in the face.
No. You're clearly okay, so, I mean...
Yeah, totally fine.
It is okay to laugh.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. I fucked up my pants a little.
Right.
Because I shit them, but other than that, I'm
good. Wow. What an exciting day you had. Man. Mine was decidedly less exciting. Okay. No, so like watching them all go down in that funeral procession was beautiful. Then B2 was just waiting for his cue. Like, as soon as everyone simmers down, he like projects her up to the sky and has this beautiful, beautiful monologue about putting up with the Empire and then ultimately a call to arms. And seeing that quick reaction force of the Empire troops that were trying to just be, showing force, showing their presence, just watching it turn south felt so good. And then seeing Luthen's reaction saying, oh, you know what? Maybe I don't have to kill Cassian because clearly the message is spreading. So I don't need to be so worried about it anymore. But like that speech, what did you think of Marva's speech?
That is what the sequel trilogy was missing.
Yeah.
every time we got a speech from somebody of power or of prestige, it was always just garbage. Spark that lights the fire, that lights the fucking fart. That was bullshit. This was would incite a fucking rebellion, and
Yeah.
it did. Like, and especially, like, everything's just so beautiful that they're saying, or that she was saying, and it's getting to everybody. You can see the townspeople reacting and internalizing it, and clearly you could see the imps fucking just like freaking the hell out, like, oh god, we need to shut this shit down. It's like, obviously you can't do that. If you do that, they're going to riot. And riot they did.
Yeah. I started thinking about Rancid. Yeah, so like the dude comes out and tries to throw his cloak over the hologram, and it still is like sort of playing. So he does something that made me jump out of my seat and scream at the TV. He fucking flips B2 over.
Dude, that
what?
I'll just say it right now, that was my least favorite part of this fucking episode, because nobody fucks with droids, god damn it. And it's like, oh my god, I swear to god, if he gets trampled and killed, I'm never watching another fucking Star Wars episode ever.
Oh, there's no way they would do that.
Yeah, of course it
that
didn't
would be
happen.
the worst.
That was a very easy ultimatum that I could make.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's like, oh, okay, obviously you're gonna fucking die now because you're hurting a goddamn droid.
Yeah. And like the most endearing droid ever goddamn made.
Yeah.
He's just like, I don't know. The thing is it's not a droid that's like supposed to be comic relief, or it's not even supposed to really be the heart of the show. It's just, it stole the show, in its own way because of just what it is. And I don't know if that's us human beings projecting into it, or if it's just the power of design in acting, voice acting. But whatever it is, man, I connected way deep with that stupid droid.
Yeah, definitely. Well, and it's like the level of empathy and sympathy we have for this droid is what they tried with god damn it, was it BD or whatever, the stupid one from the fucking sequels, like
the one with
that's
the cone nose, or the ball.
No, BB-8's the shit. Okay. I wouldn't talk shit on BB-8. Like that, I feel like that's what they tried to do and just failed. Like, oh, we should care because he's sad and scared. I didn't care. Fuck that droid. This droid, I would die for.
Yeah. It's rough because I came to this like weird realization. Like the very first episode opens with those like great hounds coming up and then taking a leak on B2. And I was immediately gobsmacked by these damn hounds. And I just wanted one of my own, and I wanted to love it and hold it and call it George. And then, like, watching this last episode when Cassian jumps over into the junkyard and the dogs come out freaking out, I was just like, oh, yeah, I liked you. Where the fuck have you been this whole show?
I was so nervous as soon as he pulled that blaster. I'm like, oh, no. I will fucking turn this shit off right now. But, of course, he's not a piece of shit. So
I feel like there should have also been a moment of recognition. He knows those dogs. Like, they've grown up around him.
I totally, as a dog owner, I understand that shit. Like mine. Okay, so for instance, like let's say you showed up to my house. Obviously, my dog's like, "Oh, hey, it's Adam. I like this guy." Now, if you showed up to my house and got in my house without me there, Calypso would probably bite you.
Oh shit!
Not because she doesn't recognize you, not because she doesn't know you, because Daddy is not there and she has to protect Mommy. So that I totally believed. Like fucking their master's not around. Their one job is to protect the junkyard or scrap, whatever the fuck the place is. So they're doing their job. So I believe it.
I just made this really like mental note saying, wow, I led with them and I ended up with the droid. Like, I just thought it was interesting switch because I still love those dogs. They're goddamn adorable.
They're cute as fuck, yeah.
Those fucking monstrous mouths. But BD is BD. It's not even fucking B2.
Yeah, it's B2.
EMO, not BD.
Yeah.
B2. fucking droid names. Giving credit where it's not due.
Fuck BD.
We cut over to fucking Mon Mothma and Sweet Hell.
Jesus Christ, man. Like, she just steals the goddamn show anytime she's on the screen, man.
She's amazing.
And
Go ahead.
Oh my God, just like such a brilliant fucking woman to be like, calling her husband out as soon as he gets in. Like,
yes,
that is a smart ass motherfucker. She didn't put like any like build up into it. She's just like, hey, driver, privacy, please. Oh yeah, good, beep beep beep. Yeah, they're us now.
Mm-hmm.
And just calls him out and is being a bitch to him about his gambling when clearly he's like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Yeah.
And
no, it was
cover story. Because of course the dude, she knew from the beginning that her driver was watching and reporting. So I mean, fuck, that's the perfect cover story.
Yeah. No, it makes perfect sense, which enrages me when we then see her introduce her daughter to the gangster's kid. Why the fuck?
Because that's not on her. That's on her fucking daughter at this point. Ugh. Like, her daughter the whole time is like fucking stoked. You can just tell in her body language. She's like, yeah, I'm a woman now. I'm an adult. Huzzah. And I just want to reach in the screen and shake her. It's like, don't fucking do it. It makes you an adult, but it kills you inside. I mean, except for my marriage. My marriage, not like that at all. It's
beautiful. Yours is beautiful.
Yeah, it's magical and shit.
Yeah, no, it all goes downhill after that first fuck. No, I couldn't believe I didn't understand why she was even going through with it. Why she didn't put her foot down. If she figured out a way to get all of the attention off of her and excuse 400,000 credits, well then you're done. You don't need the goddamn gangster anymore.
Well, that's not entirely true because they are going to keep looking into it, and there's got to be some sort of plausible deniability other than just a conversation that was spied on. So,
but that it's confirmation of supposedly intel. Like that's what the ISB goes on all the time, and they even had a point of having that ISB agent saying, "Well, that makes perfect sense. Then that must be where it's sort of like telling the audience, don't worry, this is a thread that's closed. We've tied this one off." So I don't know. I thought it was weird that they had both of them. But even if she was worried about it, and then she had the her daughter meet the criminal's son, that boy wanted nothing to do with that girl. He was like, "Where's my Nintendo? Do we have to sit here and do this still?"
Dude, totally get it, man. 14-year-old boy, I don't want to fuck a girl. Give me my goddamn books or my goddamn. Let's see, 14 would have been my Super Nintendo. Shit.
Yeah. Video games. Role-playing games for me when I was younger. Well, not younger. And then, just like, I don't know. Like, girls was the accent to my life at that age. Mm-hmm. Like, I would definitely hang out and I would definitely, try to, like, scope them or something. But it was everything else that was important.
Yeah, you had other shit going on.
Yeah. All right. So Mon Mothma is just doing a really great job, and I love the story that is going on there, and I really can't wait to see how that develops. And
definitely,
because she has to stay in the Senate for a little while longer until like the rebellion or the Senate officially falls apart, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or
which that's not until episode 4.
Yeah, I'll be curious because I'm not sure I understand when she left, story wise.
I kind of think that's where it's going to be going with her. Because of course we are getting at least 2 more seasons with this, so clearly they're going to keep following her, and I think we might end up getting at least sort of a build up to when she left. At least I'd like to know when she left.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about Krieger or not Krieger? I'm sorry. Luthen?
I mean, yeah, I definitely want to fucking talk about Krieger. Holy shit, dude. Shit. That's at the end. We'll talk about that at the end. But yeah, Luthen, man, that guy. Just fuck him, man. He's such a shithead, but he's so cool.
I like we left last episode with him like coming in like a super badass, flying in with the laser, side guns and stuff. Mm-hmm. He comes in this episode. He's like, "We're gonna kill him." Now he's
Darth Maul in this season or in this episode.
Right. He's not like doing anything the whole episode. He didn't do it. So I just felt like it went from like super hyped, I am Luthen, to meh, I'm just in the background.
Yeah, That was like he just kind of was the observer.
Yeah.
And that's really about what it was. And I mean, ultimately, that's kind of his character, anyways. He's like the chess master. He's like the guy that is a part of the game, but he's separate from the players type of thing. And we definitely got that with this episode, because of course he's there to fucking take out Cassian. Because if we get rid of him, he can't talk to them, and nobody will know about us. But yeah, he didn't do shit. He just stood there the whole time, and then he got blown up, and then he was like, "I'm gonna leave now."
This is
And
not
that was
what I
like
thought I signed
that was
up
like the
for.
extent of his story up until the very, very end.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about that decision really quick? Because I thought it was strange, Andor going up there the way he did.
Yeah, I don't get it. I understood that he was going to be there. Like that just obviously was set up. Like, we're following Luthen back to the ship. Clearly, there's going to be some sort of confrontation. Yeah, I still don't understand the decision of him creeping up and then Luthen being like, "Oh shit," and him being like, "Yeah, there's a blaster right there. Kill me." It's like, what the fuck? Why? Dude, you just survived all that shit. Why the fuck do you want this bastard to shoot you? I mean, I get it. I've lost parents before. I've dealt with crazy exes before. Like, I get it. But what the fuck?
I don't get it. It took me like way out. And I understand he was hedging his bet because he didn't actually think he was going to kill him. At least I don't think he thought he was actually going to kill him. But it was a strange choice. They're going to end up together. Like, I don't know, holding hands and skipping, because that's what you do in the rebellion, I think.
Yeah, I mean, obviously.
Yeah. I mean, we had Rogue One, so we know he's not going to die. It's just a weird setup of, why didn't you just have him go up there in the same situation without the kill me, but just be like, no, I'm in. I know you wanted to do this. That's not going to happen. We have to deal with this. Like, we have to fuck up the Empire. Just sort of amp it up.
Yeah, it could have been him walking in, fucking blaster in his hand, Luthen being like, "Oh shit, this is the end," and then him setting it down in front of him and being like, "Look, man, that's it. I'm with you. Let's just go."
Yeah, that'd be way better.
Yeah, because that would get the same idea across of him essentially, offering up his life to Luthen by giving him the blaster, versus just it being sitting there because he broke into his ship before Luthen got back. How the fuck did he even know where Luthen's ship was?
Yeah,
like, doesn't make sense.
And then how do you get the droid not to talk? Because the droid, the ship droid, was still clearly alive. It was looking at Luthen. So
yeah,
I don't know. That whole thing is weird. He's the droid
that was whisperer. It was a little bit of an odd setup, especially like talking about it now. It's like, man, there's a lot of shit in that didn't make any sense.
yeah, there's holes. But I didn't mind those because the rest of this was so amazing. So going back to the funeral, she gives the rousing speech. The town rebels against the Empire. The Empire straight up starts killing motherfuckers because they can't deal with it. They know they're going to get their asses kicked.
Watching that start, man, fuck. Dude kicks over B2, and then homeboy takes Marva's brick and just bap right up the fucking head.
Great.
God damn it. That's how you start a goddamn riot. Fuck.
Badass.
That was beautiful.
Yeah.
And they fucking did some damage even more before the kid threw the pipe bomb. Like, man, they were fucking up the Empire. Like, this is a full-on military force with a SWAT team in the front.
Yeah.
And this is just a bunch of fucking townspeople with their bare fists beating the shit out of them. Like, that was
so
fucking awesome.
So
God.
great. I love seeing the Empire get beat up. It's like punching Nazis.
It really is.
May not really always want to do it yourself, but you're always going to smile when you see it done.
I kind of always want to do it myself. I'm just throwing that out there right now.
All right.
Yeah.
So I get tired easily. I need to go to bed early. Hey, I'll beat up a Nazi until like 5:30. Then I need dinner and I gotta.
That's fair. That's understandable.
Wind down. I'm old. Anyway, no fighting Nazis after dinner. That's my rule.
It's true. I mean, because you're gonna cramp, your tummy might get upset.
Yeah.
it's practical.
Yeah, I get side cramps
is.
every time I kick the Nazi's ass after dinner. So I'm trying to look at. Deidre. I always forget her first name for some reason. Deidre of course, she's there with the ISB. She has her own little contingent. She's walking in there to try to find out who the fuck authorized all this, murder when she explicitly said twice not to. And then the rebels were just start knocking the shit out of her. I call them rebels, just the Ferric citizens.
And god damn it, man, she was just like, everybody else aside, man, her and Mon Mothma, I just fucking believe every second that they're on the screen.
Yeah.
Just like, that was bleakness. Like, she has never been overtaken like that before. You can clearly tell. Because, I mean, she's ISB. They're the, essentially the CIA. They're not on the front lines fucking people up. She's never dealt with that shit.
She's rarely in the field.
She just accidentally popped into the middle of her right and is like, oh, shit. And then they just start dragging her off. And, of course, we saw, oh, fuck. I always forget his name. Cyril. We see him and his homie kind of sneaking around during the funeral and stuff. And as she's getting like drug out by people, she drops her blaster, and we see some hand come up and pick it up and then grab her. And it's like, oh, of course it's gonna be her BFF. And man, that scene when they go in there, like he pushes her into the closet, and she's like gonna fucking stab him with the blunt side of a cup or whatever. Just the look on her face is just pure desperation and resignation. And then when she realizes who the fuck it is, and he still is like, it's Cyril. It's like, God damn, dude, she knows who the fuck you are. You're her stalker. And just the tension between them. Like, he's thinking, this bitch is gonna at least give me a kiss. And she's like, oh God, do I kiss him? Or do I hit him? I don't know what to do.
I saw that static between them. I was like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, I was really wondering. I'm like, fuck, are we gonna, is this gonna be it? Is this gonna be the breakthrough moment?
Yeah.
No, it can't be. It can't be.
It's like every episode of Moonlighting when I was a kid. Are Sybil Shepherd and Bruce Willis gonna finally kiss? Is it gonna happen? It was like every fucking episode. They almost got there. Yeah, but it was just like, her performance was staggering. You could see the adrenaline physically pumping through her body. Mm-hmm. You could see the shock that she was sort of numbing her reactions, and she was just in pain cave, like 100% just frazzled, fucking crazy.
Yeah, fucking tears and everything.
And then, oh God, she's so great.
So goddamn good.
And then her just staring at him, I was like, they're going to fuck and they're not going to kiss. Like, that's how this ends. Them just, their lower bodies doing stuff, but nothing happens up top.
Just that intense, shaky stare.
Yeah. I was like, in my head, I was like, oh, wow, this is fucked up. We're going to actually watch this. We were making fun of it like weeks ago. Chris, how you doing? Thanks for joining live, man. Luthen wasn't revealed to be a Jedi. You're here to eat crow. Yeah, he could still be a Jedi.
Yeah, I mean, it's just the end of the first season, man. We got more seasons coming. Yeah. Like, let's not get ahead of ourselves.
This show is doing something that very few Star Wars shows have ever done, and it's really laying groundwork and paying it off later. So I have no doubt that they're going to call back to, because they hinted pretty heavily in some scenes that he has some sort of connection in some way, whether it's direct or someone else that he knows or knew. So it still may pay out, the way you want it to.
Well, and think about it this way, like, he finds all these ancient relics, like, the shit with the Celestials, different Sith and Jedi artifacts. Like, he has to have some sort of Force sensitivity. So I think we'll see that in coming episodes or coming seasons.
It'd be interesting. I don't know. And to be true, just to be honest, I'm in for whatever they want to tell, whatever story they want to tell. Like, sign me up.
Yeah,
I will go whatever direction you want to take me, because I am so thrilled with this entire show. It's not. We were just talking about British Baking Show, and I said that's that's my 90%. This is the 10% that is better than everything. And so, yeah, wherever they want to take this, if they just want to go back to Clone Wars and they just want to have like two aliens talking at each other while they fish. Yeah, I'll watch it. I don't care.
Dude, absolutely. Well, especially because we're gonna get Clone Wars as adults.
Yeah.
And that's like really the refreshing thing with this. I mean, of course, Star Wars has always been perfection because it's fantasy, because it opens up that bit of the child inside of you, and just brings you back to that moment. But with this was clearly a show for the adults. So if we did get like flashbacks to Clone Wars era shit that, even in the movies we didn't really see, like that would be fucking dope.
It'd be amazing. I don't know why they would, but I would still love to see something.
Yeah. It wouldn't make sense at all, but it doesn't have to.
Yeah. And then again, we close out with that really great post-credit scene. Nothing really came out of Val and Sintra at all.
No, just that thing of like they're two completely opposite sides of the coin. They're a whole unit, but they're so far apart.
Yeah, I was just meaning like the last half of the episode, right? Like they were in it starting, but as soon as the funeral started,
well, yeah, because they were trying to get the hell out, and she's like, "No, we need to stop for a second," and she's like, "No, man, we got to get the fuck out of here." Yeah,
they just didn't even try to look for Cassian. Like that. That's what they were there for. I don't know. It was just so strange. And I understand you have a whole fucking war raging around you and stuff, but like, he's there. Look. Right. I don't know. Like, you're not doing anything. Why the fuck were you even there? Like in the episode. It didn't make sense. I don't know. That was the last thing that really sort of stuck out in my head about, what we've talked about so far. So anything else?
Yeah. No, I think we got it.
Right. Well, what was your favorite part? Wait. I know what your least favorite part was.
Yeah. Least favorite part and favorite part were pretty goddamn close. Like, my favorite part was Homeboy just bashing the brick into someone's head. Like, that, I love that so much. It just did my heart so well. Like, I mean, of course, I side with the Imperials because the bad guys are always cooler, but still, there's just something so satisfying about crunching a Nazi's face with your hand. Like it does things to your swimsuit area.
Yeah.
And it did it for me.
Nice. I love this sort of double meaning in it. It's Marva, like Marva is crushing, this Imperial through him.
Yeah.
I just loved that. Yeah, my favorite part was that speech. I thought it was a wonderful speech that Marva presented, and there's this something like I hate funerals so much. I don't think I've ever said this out loud before. Funerals have a taste. I can't process what I mean exactly, but I know the sensation of funeral, and it's horrible. I just hate it so much, and as someone, you're dying, you're afforded this opportunity to give a sort of like last minute, this is who I am, this is what I love you guys type speech. It completely changes the dynamic of that horrible taste. And ultimately, it made me, instead of sort of mentally pushing away from watching it, completely be drawn into it. And it was just amazing, like watching her do that. And then just seeing the reaction, as you said earlier in the show, about the reaction of everyone hearing it and sort of just getting amped up, like listening to a really kick-ass song.
Yeah, that's straight up what this was.
Just fucking great. So Chris is saying, Yates, that we have to wait 2 whole years to tie up some of these stories. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, at least the nice thing is... I don't feel like it's what they did with The Mandalorian.
Right.
With The Mandalorian, the endings were fucking cliffhangers. Like, what the hell's going to happen next? Where's the baby? I need to know what's going on with the baby. With this, it's like we did get an end to all the stories that were going on. I mean, of course, it's, not complete ends, but like, I'm okay with it. I'm not okay with the wait time. Like, I would sooner, go into the second season fucking tomorrow.
Right.
But yeah, I'm not going to be biting my nails the whole fucking 2 years while we're waiting for season 2.
Yeah, it felt like a nice, comfortable end.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they tied the bows they had to tie, they dotted the I's, crossed the T's, and then there's some mysteries out there, but they weren't the
Mm-hmm.
huge ones. You know, everything else feels really good. And they even closed off with that cherry on top with the Death Star. So,
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Yeah, which that was beautiful.
yeah. Didn't have to say anything, didn't have anyone needing to talk to anyone, just starting really micro, zooming out, and then
Mm-hmm.
it gets over. Beautiful.
Yeah.
If I swear, if some of the other people at Lucasfilm or Disney were involved in this, they would have done something completely different. They would have had like CGI faces on droids, and like they would have gone to some weird, crazy, insane, like Kathleen Kennedy type stuff. But no,
Mm-hmm.
it was just a filmmaker who didn't even really like Star Wars before he started that made
Dude,
the best goddamn Star Wars series.
that's how it needs to be from here on out. Like, for
It
real.
worked.
Like, that was just perfection. Like, that is the only word I keep coming back to with this series.
Yeah.
Is it was fucking perfection. Every aspect of it, the casting, the practical effects, the just every single thing about this show. I cannot think of a single thing where I'm just like, fuck that.
Dude, the costume design was amazing.
So fucking good.
The way they portrayed episode 4 technology, like in the prison and stuff, it was believable. It wasn't hokey at all. Like everything about it, they made sure to do it right, and it did. Like, oh god damn, it's such a good series. It's so frustrating to me that this is like, take something like this back to, you know, like another 2 decades, or I don't know, whenever the Clone Wars were, and do that, because that would be amazing. Or take it to the future, you know, and try to give us George Lucas's version of what the sequel trilogy would be like, but let this guy do it. So it's like raw, you know, it's gritty and real. Fuck, it'd be amazing. I don't know. That's all I got.
Yeah. Yeah, I really hope he sticks around in the universe, because man, this was beautiful.
So just to quickly speculate about what you would like out of a season 2, what do you think? What are some of the notes?
Season 2, Mon Mothma finally beats the fuck out of her husband.
Yeah. Or at least a good bitch slap. I want to see that.
No, I want to see her like just throw down. She's got to have
Start
that shit
curb
in her.
stomping him.
Like, just fucking earrings out, rings off, and just bah, bah, ends up ripping off his little ponytail thing. Yeah, I want to see it beat down. It's not going to happen, but I would love to see that. Cassian beats the fuck out of Luthen. Like, I just want to see everybody fight, I guess. But
you need a hug. I think you need a hug.
I think I need a hug. I think I do. By Mon Mothma.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Alone.
Oh please.
I only need like 2 minutes, if that.
I would even go second.
Yeah. I just need like 30 seconds and then about a minute and a half to cry afterwards. So
yeah.
I don't think that's too much to ask, is it? It's Christmas.
I just started imagining her and her husband at like one of those social engagements, and he's just talking on, and she just slowly starts taking her earrings out, slowly takes the rings off her fingers, and just unloads on the dude. I can just like see it.
She has to have it in her, man. Like, just the rage behind those eyes. You know she would do that shit.
Oh, I'd love to see it so much. All right. Well, that's it. That's all I got. Anything else?
Well, I want to know what you want to see in future seasons.
Yeah. I want to see Mon Mothma whip her husband's ass now, too. I think that'd be amazing. No, I'd like to see them portray the meeting
K2SO?
These numbers. K2SO, thank you. These numbers and letters are just killing me, people. Just give us a name.
It really is hard.
Especially for idiots like me. So I would love to see the K2SO connection somehow. I don't need to see, an exact, like, this is everything unfolding for the whole season to then them finally re-meet. I don't know. I don't need anything weird. Just, give me a quick explanation. I want to see more Rebel subversion of the Empire. Of course, we're going to get it, but
yeah, have to.
We have to see that sort of unity between Mon Mothma and Saw Gerrera, and then that spark that breaks them apart. because we always have seen the aftermath of that, but we've never seen the union and then the breakup part. You know, just Saw going way too far for Mon Mothma. I want to see that connection. I don't know if we'll get it in 2 or 3 seasons, but it'd be beautiful, I think.
That would be. Well, and especially because those are 2 of like the strongest characters that we have in Star Wars right now. And it's so weird to say that. I mean, Saw Gerrera, yeah, I mean that makes sense. Dude's always been like an overt personality. And Mon Mothma's always been a big deal. I mean, we've had her in pretty much all the films except for the sequels. But to see where she's gone with this series, like it would make sense to like at least have a few, like a 2 or 3 episode arc of them. And yeah, that'd be so great to see.
Right. Well, that is it. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Chris, great to see you as always.
Absolutely.
Let us know what you guys think about this episode, the finale of Andor, and then ultimately, what did you think of the season? Did it land for you like it did for us? And if not, I would love to hear what you didn't enjoy about it, because I'm genuinely confused. Wow, we know.
Yeah, definitely. I would go so far as to say we should have a fucking episode discussing it with you if you didn't like it.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I really want to know why.
All right. Well, until next time, until the Infernal Brotherhood convenes again, my fellow scruffy looking Nerf herders. That's right. You. May the Force be with you.
Freedom is a pure idea.